So you might be wondering, how long does it take to get your Robinhood Cash Management card? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the entire process and what happened and how long it took for me to get my Robinhood card. So let's get right to the video. Alright, just to show you guys, I do have the card right here. I actually have an unboxing of this on my channel, so if you want to check that out, I'm going to link that on the screen. And I also have a few different videos revolving around Robinhood Cash Management. So if it's something that interests you and you don't know much about Robinhood Cash Management, what it has to offer, then I would suggest checking out this in-depth tutorial I have for it. It just identifies what it is, how exactly it works, and just what features you should be aware of and why you should be getting the card. So definitely check that video out that I'll have linked right here. These will both be in the description below, so stay on the lookout for those videos. But in today's video, I thought it would be important to get into the process. A lot of you were asking me, how long did it take me to get from my spot in line to the first spot in line? And then how long did it take for me to actually receive my debit card in the mail? So I'm gonna be talking about that process here today. So as you can see on the screen right now, through this email, I signed up for the Robinhood Cash Management account on the 8th of October, and that was back in 2019, so a few months ago. So fortunately enough for me, the day that they announced this, I was actually sitting down just before I was starting my workday, so it was probably around 8:30, and I decided to check on the app, and I saw, hey, they have a new feature that they announced. I clicked into it, and I immediately hopped on the list, and right then and there, that was just perfect timing because that really helped propel me on the waiting list, and I didn't have to wait as long. Now, when I first initially had signed up, I was at spot around number 19,000 on the list. There are a couple things that I did in order to jump the list a little bit faster. Now, when they had first come out with Robinhood Cash Management, a lot of people actually didn't know that you could tap on the card on the screen and that would actually jump your spot in line. And you could do that up to 1,000 times per day. So initially, when I was tapping on the screen, I was always jumping a significant amount of spots every single time. And a lot of you can get away with this if you're further down the list because people don't actually go into the Robinhood app every single day and tap. It's kind of a waste of time. It's an annoying process. But hey, you know what's not an annoying process and not a waste of time? Tapping on that like button. So make sure you do that. But I made sure that I did it every single day because I wanted to be one of the first people to be able to talk about the card, to be able to show the card off on their channel, just so everybody could get an idea of what the card was, what it had to offer, what it looked like, and the whole entire process of getting approved for the card. That's kind of funny. I put together a little video about 3 different tapping methods that you could do in order to jump the line in Robinhood. It was more of a joke because I just thought the feature here was kind of annoying to have to go in every single day and tap it 1,000 times.
Okay, and then tap, tap, tap. As it's going down, you tap it. As it's coming up, you tap it.
But actually it ended up working out in my favor because I was able to jump a ton of different spots in line just from using that feature. And had it not allowed me to tap and jump the spots, I would have been a lot lower on the list. Now, the other thing that I actually did, which many of you probably don't know, was I actually reached out to the Robinhood team and asked them if I could jump in line. And basically I just said, hey, listen, I make YouTube videos on the subject. I was really hoping I could be one of the first ones to get the card so I can showcase it. You know, it helps promote Robinhood, it gets the message out there, and it also is gonna help me out, get some exposure. So I actually got a response from the Robinhood team and they basically said, oh, that's really great. We can't like help you out too much, but here's a quick jump in line. And they actually propelled me up 2,000 spots in line. So that was really awesome to see. It was kind of a turning point for me in the customer service team there because I feel like in the past I've had issues with Robinhood, and that kind of made up for it. It was like they were just looking out for me, and basically just I figured I'd shoot my shot, try and get the card a little bit early, and it worked out in my benefit. So really glad that I ended up doing that. It definitely helped me get up the list a little bit faster. Let me just tell you something. If you're trying to get up the list, it might be worth it just to reach out to Robinhood, see if they'll bump you up a few extra spots. I mean, there's no harm in asking. Obviously it worked for me, and that's kind of just something that you should carry on in life. If you want something, hey, why not ask for it? You're gonna have no shot in getting it unless you reach out and try your best to do whatever it is. So I wanted to make sure that I did that in this situation, and obviously it paid off for me. Now, when Robinhood actually started releasing the card, I was at spot around number 9,000, and every single day they were able to get 1,000 cards signed up and sent away. So I knew I was gonna get it relatively quickly, and I just kept tapping. But what you realize is when you get closer to the front of the line, your taps don't really matter because everybody seems to be paying close attention when they're at the front and they keep on doing their taps. So I made to get up as early as I possibly could to secure my spot in number 1, and I would check periodically throughout the day just to make sure that I was front of mind right when when they started announcing and releasing more of these cards, I would be first in line, and that actually benefited for me, and I was able to get first in line, secure my spot on the 16th of December, and that's when I was accepted, and the card was basically initiated for mailing, and they said it would take 7 to 10 business days to get here. Now remember, the process of waiting for the card wasn't actually that bad because you had access to all the features within Robinhood. You didn't need your debit card to actually use the debit card. You could put it into Apple Pay. They give you all the information on it. So if you're shopping online, you were able to use the Robinhood Cash Management card, and you didn't really have to worry about getting the physical card. But the physical card is definitely one of the main reasons why I got this card too, is just because it looks pretty sweet. The layout of the card is awesome. There's a couple different designs that you can get. So I wanted to make sure that I also got my physical card. And that process for me, it seemed like it took forever. I remember I was checking home every single day, checking the mailbox. It took 9 days for my card to get here, which really wasn't too bad. I know it took people even longer than that, but you can reach out to Robinhood if you're having any issues after you sign up. But I just wanted to give you guys a timetable on the return for my card. And it's really, really a great feature. So if you are debating whether or not you should get Robinhood Cash Management, I would say go ahead. You have really nothing to lose. I have a video that I talk about why I think every investor on Robinhood should be using the Robinhood Cash Management account. So if you want to check that out, then that's going to be linked on the screen as well. But that's exactly how long it took. That's the entire process for me. Really wasn't too painful. It took about a week after they started releasing the cards for me to actually get first in line. Like I said, I got a ton of different videos on Robinhood Cash Management. So if this is stuff that interests you, then go check out some of those videos, and make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already done so. I post a ton of videos centered around Robinhood and investing. Really interesting stuff. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and have a great day.